Hi, I'm Steve,
Hey, I'm Freddie.
And I'm Jared.
and this is The Morning Quest, a podcast about D&D, because there's not enough of those, but here's another one.
Last time on the Morning Quest.
Lark, I think we may have found the grains.
Let's continue forward. I'm not scared at all.
As you walk up, you see two bodies. On them, you notice a solid gold belt buckle that shines red, white, and blue. There's a glass-like force field around them, and it knocks you back 10 feet, and you take 3 damage.
What I see here is an 18-inch footprint on the ground, handprint on the wagon, and horses that ran away with no rider.
Dr. Winnie's gonna need to hear about this, you guys, and you're gonna have to tell him. I gotta tell you about the Brewers Circle. It's a hidden group that protects Biragon. You may have heard rumors, but it's true. And Dr. Winnie, he's the top guy. A light comes around the door, and it slides forward, slides to the side, and you see this beautiful, bustling town like you've never before have seen. He has red hair and a beard is wavy long, and he wears kind of crescent style spectacles on the end of his nose with black brims. And he says,
"Hello, I'm Dr. Winnie, and you are..."
Hello, Dr. Winnie. How are you today?
Kind of sad. I've heard you might have knowledge about my 2 sons, Cliff and Clyde.
Yes. Zayne, do you want to break the news?
Oh, here we go. This is never easy, but listen, we found your sons in a field.
They were dead. They're dead.
I was gonna be a little bit more not patriotic. What's that word?
Polite?
Yeah, but hey, let's go with they're dead.
They're gone. And literally gone. We don't know where they are.
So you guys tell him this, and then you kind of have that weird side conversation about how you wanted to break it to him. And he's
No, that was I said that out loud to him.
Oh, okay. So he's like,
I came up to him and was like, "Hey, I was trying to be polite, but I guess that's how we're gonna put it."
So he kind of takes a moment, and he's like,
I knew something would have happened to them if I sent them out on this quest. Well, now that you're here, and you've probably heard rumors of the Brewers Guild out in Biragon. So let me tell you a little bit about us, a little bit about Brewton, the Brewers Guild. The Brewers Guild is a group of people who strive to make the world of Biragon better. The Brewers Guild started at the birth of Biragon. The 5 tribes of Biragon came together and chose one king to rule the land of Biragon. The 5 tribes created rings. Each ring was made as a magic conduit between the worlds of which our lands are made. The green ring, made from the fields of Hoptonium, gives the wearer the power of growth. The blue ring, made in the waters of Pabst Blue River Island, gives the wearer the power of thirst. The yellow ring, made in the barley fields of Grainhenge, gives the power of knowledge. The white stone, made in the caverns of Yeastopolis, gives the power of, infection. The red stone, made from the blood of our fathers, gives the wearer the power of rage. The Brewers Guild was made to protect these rings, but the power was too much for one man to handle. But they were lost, stolen, by someone in the guild. My sons were close on the trail of the Ring of the Hops. If these 5 rings fall into the hand of one person, the power they wield could destroy the world of Biragon. Though we have the resources to support the hunt for the rings, none of us have left the Brewers' realm in many years. My sons were chosen to go out, but the lack of knowledge of the outside world is what killed them. And due to the situation, it has been decided to keep anyone else in Brewton away from the search, since really, no one can be trusted.
As he says this, you're kind of grasping what's going on, and it's a little bit bigger than you guys. You feel that. You feel like this is kind of something that weren't really planning on doing. And Otis speaks up, the little halfling, and he says, "Sir, might I make a suggestion?" Dr. Winnie looks at Otis. This is just me now talking to myself. So Dr. Winnie just looks at Otis, and he says,
Of course, Otis.
Otis looks back at Dr. Winnie with a almost wanting look. "Well, might they help find the rings?" And Dr. Winnie says,
Well, that depends on them.
and he looks right into your faces.
If I might quote somebody not from this game in a voice similar to the mine that I've been using. Whoa.
Indeed.
What do you think, Lark? You want to take on this adventure, my guy?
I've always fancied myself a beginner jeweler. I cannot wait to find some rings and possibly wear all of them.
Might I ask you, Dr. Winnie, is there anything you could do to repay us for such a harrowing adventure?
Yeah, Dr. Winnie, he says,
Of course, our resources are yours, and obviously you would be paid for your services. If this is something you don't need to make a decision right now. Take the night. Otis will show you the campus. He'll show you where you can sleep. In the morning, if you decide you want to take on this journey, we will almost go as a one-time ring thing.
I'm
One
a
kind of
scientist, but my words doesn't work. 'Cause my sons are dead.
All of your brain knowledge is used up with science and not language.
Hey.
My heart hurts so much it makes me dumb like a baby.
So yeah, essentially he's offering to give you guys kind of a one mission job, find a ring, and then if you want to continue, find a ring, and kind of work in that system.
Sure.
He said,
There's no contract. I just know that we can't do it ourselves, and you seem capable.
Okay,
"Men."
I'm gonna pull Zane to the side. Full side action, Zane. Zane, hey, they said no contracts. Maybe we should make a contract.
You know, you're not wrong. I like to have some concrete info.
Yeah.
Know what I'm getting into.
Yes. Okay.
What should we ask for?
Well, we'll just say that we're definitely gonna look for the ring. When we find it, we definitely want a certain amount of money.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty
Basically,
basic.
make a contract that says if we bring back the ring, we get the money, and have some signatures involved.
Yes. Should we ask for help, like other adventures or weapons or something? Any magical items you think they might have to help?
You know what? Let's do that. Let's tell them about that after we get introduced to the grounds, because
Yes.
I see a training ground and a kitchen and stuff. We might get some cool tools while
Okay.
we're walking around.
Okay. So, you said no contract. How about we write a contract just to keep everything on the up
On
and
the
up?
up and up.
Yeah, Dr. Winnie, he says,
Of course, if that is going to make you comfortable, what are your terms?
Look, man, all we need is a piece of paper that says, and Lark pulls out a piece of paper and a quill and starts writing it down. We, Lark and Zane, agree to go on this journey on behest of Dr. Winnie in exchange for 50 gold.
50 gold, and you'll find all of the rings?
The one, and then we'll revisit it on the next rings.
50 gold is great. That's a lot of gold, but absolutely we will make sure that happens for you.
All right. I'd be happy to sign it then.
yeah, Dr. Winnie kind of looks it over and gives it to Otis, and Otis is kind of looking it over. And Dr. Winnie goes to his desk, and he pushes a little button, and he's like, Beatrix, will you enter? And you see this tall kind of elf woman in this power suit, a D&D power suit. Whatever a power suit is in the Dungeons and Dragons world, it's a power suit. So it's
Shoulder
a suit
pads.
with a tie, has like +4 AC and like power. So she walks in and she's looking over the contract and she's making sure there's no holes. And I need both of you to roll persuasion.
14 plus what would you get a plus on it?
It would be your
What was
your
your persuasion?
Oh, persuasion. Yeah,
Where's-
14 plus 6.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
You got 20. I got 16.
Yeah, so she looks it over and she says,
Everything's all right here, sir. Everything looks fantastically awesome. Your signature, fantastic as always. And good day, fellas.
and she scurries on out. So Dr. Winnie, after having his lawyer Beatrix come in and check over the paperwork, he signs, everybody signs. So the contract has been signed that after this mission, the ring, you will get 50 gold pieces. So Dr. Winnie
Alright.
says to you,
Okay, now that that's over, we will start first thing in the morning with a briefing. But tonight I wish to be alone.
and Otis looks at Winnie and says,
I'll be over there to check on you, sir.
and so Dr. Winnie exits, and Otis looks at you guys and says,
Well, how about a tour of your new workplace?
and so he exits down the stairs, and you guys, this room is huge. This is like a very big open, like almost warehouse style. There's different corridors. It's like Google for D&D. It's like the Google headquarters. Okay. So Otis takes you first to the training ground, and he says,
This is the training ground. We're a place for you to hone your skills and exercise.
you notice a very large man who you saw when you first entered, and he's talking to another man, and this man has a very thin mustache and is wearing the same kind of old style barrel keg armor that the bigger one is wearing. And then Otis walks you over to the lab. And this lab is the big glass wall. Inside of it is a bunch of different people with lab coats on, working on different liquids. It's a science lab, essentially. And he says,
This is the lab, where new recipes are tried out for different beers and ciders, as well as some secret magical items.
in the
Ooh.
back, you see Dr. kind of in an office of his own. He's kind of working on something. And then at the end of this lab is a counter, and it kind of opens up to a window, and there's a tall elf woman standing there, and on top it says sales.
Ooh.
So takes you over to the kitchen, and it's a regular kitchen, but this is there's a big dining room. There's like hundreds of people. There's a big kitchen in the back, and he says,
This is the kitchen, a place where all your food dreams will come true.
you notice a small man flying around in the kitchen. He's wearing a white coat with flames printing up on the bottom. He has spiky hair that's blonde tipped, and he's wearing sunglasses.
Is he literally flying?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
flying
okay.
around. Like almost like a hummingbird speed, just
Like he's Guy Fairy.
Right?
we'll get there, Jared.
Did
You son of a bitch.
I just steal your punchline?
It was so good, though.
All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm done.
Around the hall, kind of, you go to the kitchen and you take a right down this hallway, and in wood, it's kind of chiseled into a big chunk of wood. It says the Brewer's War Room, and Otis says,
This is the Brewer's War Room, a place where a collection of items is stored for viewing and studying.
you see a picture of warriors just across the walls of old wooden armor warriors, the barrel kegs that you kind of saw in the beginning. And then Otis takes you back through the main. On the right of you would be the kitchen, and you're going down another hallway right across from the Brewer's War Room. And he says,
This is the Capper's quarters,
The elite quarters made for Cliff and Clyde to hunt the outside world.
In there, you see armor, you see swords, you see weapons, maps, scrolls, and kind of different pieces of papers regarding rings and kind of like what they're about. So,
Like the Charlie
and
from Always Sunny meme, red string
yeah,
connecting
like
things.
Oh, okay, yeah.
strings. So he takes you through the room and into the hallway. Along the hallway of the capper's room are doors, and he gives you each a key. And he says,
Okay, here is where you can rest for the night. And thank you again for helping us and the kingdom. If you want to leave, just exit through the door out of the Kappa's common area with your key. But please be sure to keep what you see here a secret. The knowledge of the Brewers Guild is long but lost, and we want to remain that way, as not to draw attention of the outsiders.
there you go. You are in the capper's room, and each of you have a key to different rooms, and you enter the rooms, and they're kind of mirror image. There's a bed, there's a dresser, there's a lantern, there is a shower, there's a toilet. I mean, it's kind of just a little hotel room. And so you guys are completely alone now. There's no one around you.
Finally, there's something I wanted to tell you this whole time. I want the top bunk.
We each have our own room.
Oh, okay, good. Then I get both bunks.
Yeah.
Well, what should we do? Do you want to go? Should we be researching more of these rings in the war room?
Yeah, I mean, if we're no, the capper's room.
The capper's room?
If we're gonna be going on this journey, let's do some information gathering.
Let's knowledge it up.
So we go to the capper's room.
So yeah, inside of the capper's room, it looks like a very big, almost like dressing room. So there's a long bench. There's lockers. Inside of the lockers are breastplated armor. It's plain armor. It's just like leather. There's a chainmail one. It's nothing special, and there's just kind of array of swords. You really get the sense that this room was built for people who really don't understand the art of fighting, or like they don't really understand weaponry. Like they've never been in a conflict. And on the board, it kind of looks the same. Like they have a lead on a ring, but that's about it. Most of it's just the knowledge that Dr. Winnie kind of already gave you about the history of the rings. They have a lead, but it's nothing worth like digging into. The lead is that Dr. Winnie told you that Cliff and Clyde were on the hunt for the hop ring, and that's kind of all there is. It's
the lead is just hop ring ?
Yeah. It's just that's the one they were looking at.
The lead is ring, and then there was Hoptonium, and they kind of had different pictures of different areas. There's a picture of the port. There's a picture of that cave that you saw. Kind of just an array of things.
Can I roll investigation to try to like piece it all together or get something out of it?
Yeah.
Like use house, two pieces of data that don't really make sense together, but you figure out a connection.
Exactly. Yeah. I got a 14.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to figure out this. Trying to get a clue.
So out of the stuff that you see, the one thing that kind of irks your senses is that it's Hoptonium, and you recognize it because that's the port you guys came through. But there's a picture of a warehouse at the port that when you guys came to town, it was dark. It was totally closed off. There was no movement in this warehouse during the most busy time of the port. So you're kind of piecing that together, Freddie. It's like, something's up with the warehouse.
All right, I look at Zayne. I'm like, Zayne, do you find it odd that the warehouse for the port was just rather empty?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what that would mean, but
Me neither, damn it.
It's definitely worth noting in my little notebook.
Douche, right here.
Douche?
I don't know why, it's just douche.
My little notebook, you do.
Okay, so that's the only thing to be gleaned from this room?
it would yeah, I'm not. There's nothing in my DM notes that I'm like hiding from you. I'm just that room is kind of what it is at first glance.
Okay.
Really, these two, this Cliff and Clyde were way over their heads, and you guys can see that with this room of like, why would they need these things at all? Like, why? And you guys being adventurers, even a level 1 adventurer, you're like, what's going on here?
Okay.
There's
Alright.
the lab. There's the kitchen, training grounds. What do you think would be best to check out next?
Let's go check out the lab. I was pretty curious about them potions or whatever.
Yes.
We go to the lab.
Yep. So the lab is standing at the lab is a large elf woman. Sorry, I'm trying to get to my notes of who this lady is. I believe her name is Halifax, and she says, "Welcome to the brew lab. You are here to help find one of the brewer's rings. Dr. Winnie said you might stop by. He told us to let you have the first spin of the free will. Yeah, see, we test a lot of different beers and ciders and magic liquids. We're hoping to make drinks that will heal some that will make defense, and some others for gifts or gag. So would you like to spin the wheel?"
I can tell that you have the same affliction as Dr. Winnie, where you can't speak right. Pretty common around here.
My brother, who is also my father, he's a bartender in Hoptonium.
Oh,
Yeah,
Homer, we know him.
Yes.
Right,
Fine
my
friend of
brain
ours.
My brain don't work quite right.
Yeah, I would love to take the first spin.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you. I have the same affliction as Homer. I need you to roll. Do you have a? Okay, here. How about I'll roll a d10.
Hang on, I got it. Hey,
Give
Boom.
you what
Technology.
you
boink.
get. Well, if you're gonna roll a,
3.
then roll a d100.
Yeah,
Why
damn
Do you have a
Oh,
turn
okay.
on that app?
Yeah.
Cool.
Boing.
Give me that. Yes. That
Wow,
helps.
that's embarrassing.
17.
It's just a random thing. Out of all the things you're going to get, 1 of 100.
So
Oh,
you
that's-
roll this. You roll it and it goes. And it lands on 17. And she goes, "Oh, well that's a good looking pick." And she hands you a bottle and says, "This is called the Phoenix."
Mm.
And you get a bottle. It's a little orange bottle, and it says the Phoenix. But it's not like sketched in. It's like a piece of masking tape with a Sharpie that says the
Right.
Phoenix DC 225
DC.
of 2000. Yeah. So
Awesome. First of all, from now on, Lark, you have to call me Phoenix. That's my new nickname.
Done. Proud to
and,
call you Phoenix.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a little sip of this boy.
okay, so you take a drink, and it's a peppery drink that burns on the way down, and then again.
Oh,
It is
gosh.
often used as a prank on drunk companions who have a nasty surprise waiting for them the next time they go relieve themselves.
Oh boy, so I'm gonna have a fiery poop.
Or pee.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I'll put that in my satchel.
Burp, and it's like smoke.
Dang. Okay.
I wonder if you drank the whole thing, you'd be able to breathe fire.
That'd be kind of neat, but also I'd have to pee fire next time.
Maybe if you wore the water ring and then drank the Phoenix brew.
Saying to him? Are you saying that to him in real life?
Yeah.
character?
Oh, yes. I'm like, in combination of things, if you perhaps, I don't know. I'm no scientist.
I don't know if I'm willing to give that a shot, but I'll keep the bottle on me for maybe later.
All right, I'll spin the wheel.
It goes. What'd you get?
I got 8.
Out of a D100, you got 8, huh? All right, I love that.
Yeah, I spun the D10 and the D whatever, these two.
Oh.
These two little
Cool.
ones, and I got 0, 0, and an 8.
Oh my gosh, yes. She gives this to you, and she says, "This is the Dragonborn blood wine.
Oh, good.
Oh, we just heard about that.
Please tell me more about this Dragonborn blood wine. We know only a little bit of it.
She says, so we've tested this, and some of these are untested, but we've tested this. And when you drink it, you're able to breathe fire for like 10 minutes.
Whoa.
Cool.
Mm.
All
Sounds
right,
hot.
that makes sense why those orc ladies were trying to figure that out.
And Jared, as you said that, she goes, "Orc ladies?"
Yeah, at the Homer's bar, we met two orc women who were studying how to make this kind of wine in like school books.
Huh.
Yeah, and they were doing it at the bar, which seems like a weird place to conduct scientific weird experiments just in public like that. But hey, to each their own.
Said to you, this might help you, but no one has brewed Dragonborn blood wine except here in this lab. Here in this lab. I don't think I care for voice.
Well, I think they're brewing it over in Hoptonium in the bar, or at least these two gals are.
Or trying to.
Yeah, trying to really.
She goes, oh boy, and she kind of closes the lid. She closes the cell window and walks away.
Oh.
I still have my bottle though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, she took it.
That was a little bit sketchy, Lark, I think.
Weird. All right. Well, I'm gonna listen in. I'm gonna put my ear to the thing and see if I hear people in there or if I hear she left the room. I don't know what
I mean,
the
and you
roll
hear people in there, but they're not like behind there going, so guess what? I just found out about
Okay,
this window. It's just bustling. She walked away. She's gone. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, nothing left.
Well, that's something to keep in mind. See where that leads.
I'll write this down. Blood wine. They make it there. They're missing it. What's the exact story that she said? Like she's curious as to who else is making it in this area.
She said nobody makes it except them, so it's weird that two girls would be making it out in public, I guess.
Okay, we'll go investigate the ladies.
You want to go to the training ground?
We're in the lab, right?
Yes.
I'm just gonna look around for anything else that could be useful. Is there anything else that's fun and useful in this laboratory? Something that kind of really stands out?
Yeah. In the lab, you're kind of outside, in the common area on the other side of it. It's like going to the bank. All the cool stuff is behind the glass.
Okay, cool. And that's shut down. Okay, then yes.
She closed the window.
I believe the training grounds are next.
We head to the training ground.
So yeah, as you kind of walk up to the training ground, there's not a lot of movement. There's not a lot of people out there. There's really not a lot of people in the common area. It's kind of nighttime. People have kind of parted their ways. They're going home for the night. They're kind of sleeping. The training grounds, there's like one or two people just kind of hitting a dummy, but it's nothing. All the people that you saw when you walked in are gone.
There's nothing to look around at. It's just an empty training ground.
Yeah, it's like there's dummies. There's wooden swords. There's water. I mean, it's like a training ground.
Are there any bows and arrows?
Yeah, I mean, there's bows. There's arrows. There's nobody training anyone at the training ground. The training ground is closed.
All right, I'm gonna ask Zayne a question. Zayne, dear friend.
Yeah. What's
Would
up,
you like to
dude?
wager 1 coin of any value over a archery contest?
Absolutely, I would.
Let's do this. So I grab 2 bows and 2 arrows, and I hand a bow and an arrow to him. And then I'm looking for just a mark on some place that we want to hit. Just looking for a target.
Yeah, there's definitely a target. It's with bows and arrows in a training ground. There's a target, bullseye in the middle.
Perfect. I bring out a silver coin. I look at Zayne. I'm Zayne, silver, cool.
I'll put a silver up as well so it's a wager for 2.
Cool. And then I roll for what? What do I roll?
I would say
Just a D20.
maybe slide a hand to pull your arrow out, and then acrobatics to see if you. It's not attack, so.
I got 19 on the sleight of hand.
But yeah, you put that thing out. You spin it around your fingers, right into the
I only
bow.
got a 4 on acrobatics.
Oh. And it just fucking hits the ceiling and falls down.
I don't think I'm gonna win with that one.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. I rolled a 3 plus 3, so 6 on acrobatics.
Wait. So slide. Okay.
Oh, wait, sorry, sleight of hand. So 6 on sleight of hand. Or no, 3 plus 5, so 8 on sleight of hand.
Yeah, you totally were like. And you're
And
ready.
then
You draw back.
a
Kinda
13 on acrobatics.
Yeah, and you hit it, and it just kind of hits the, I don't know, like the fourth ring in, hits the target.
Hey, dude. Hitting the target's better than hitting the ceiling.
I did not get anywhere close, and I flicked the silver coin to Zayne.
And I catch it like a cool guy. Dink.
Now,
Cool.
did I notice anybody watching us? Was there anybody watching what we're doing? Nobody's around, huh?
Yeah, there's just no one around right now. I mean, it's
Should we?
It's kind of like after 5 o'clock, like the work day's
Yeah.
over. People are kind of wrapping up. The kitchen's shutting down. They're putting food service wrap over stuff. They're getting out.
Should we go sleep for the night so we can talk to people in the morning?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, we go sleep. Or we go back to our room. And if anything happens on the way there, you can let us know.
Yeah, you kind of just mosey on. I don't know. One of you roll dexterity. Just one of you. You pick.
I'll do it.
Okay.
17 plus.
Nice.
Okay. There was gum on the ground, but you stepped over it. So you get back to your room, and you go to sleep. The morning approaches, and you wake up and you gather your things. As you exit your room and enter the common area of the capper's room, you see Dr. Winnie and Otis standing there working on a few things. Dr. Winnie sees you and goes,
Oh, great, you're awake. I couldn't sleep last night thinking about what happened to my boys. If you are still serious about helping the guild, I promise all of our resources are yours, so we can make sure this doesn't happen again.
and Otis kind of grabs a couple things off the ground. He goes, "We've made these for you." And you're handed a belt. Each of you are handed a belt. It's kind of plain looking, and it looks like a basic leather belt. The buckle is red, white, and blue, and it looks like kind of like the ones you saw on Cliff and Clyde.
Oh.
Inside, you see a small piece of metal kind of on the inside of the buckle, and it the light is kind of reflecting off this. It doesn't match the belt. It's a little piece of metal. And Dr. Winnie says,
Okay, we upgraded the capper's belt just a little. That small piece of metal there, go ahead, pick it off.
Okay, I do it.
so as you pick it off, you feel it kind of pull. And as you pull it out, a sword comes out.
Ooh.
And it looks kind of transparent. It's almost like a spirit sword. And it's light as a feather. And he kind of throws an apple at Jared. Jared, he saw you hit that bullseye. He throws an apple at you.
You just catch it. You just catch the apple.
I didn't pull the sword out. Freddie did.
I pulled the sword out.
Oh,
So
so
Jared
he
catches
throws
the apple.
he throws an apple at Freddy. I
I
thought you both
slice it.
the story.
Oh,
Jared
no, I was
grabbed
just
you.
watching. Yeah. Thanks for the
I could
You
have cut
swipe
that
your
with my
sword.
sword.
And you cut that right in half. Just sharp sword.
He doesn't
he
have
looks
to. He doesn't have to roll to see if he missed it.
No, not in that case. I was on it. This
Not-
first
not
swipe of the
door.
morning is always
Okay.
perfect.
First swipe of the morning's a freebie.
That's the perfect one every time. The first.
So Doctor, when he looks at you, Lark, and he says, "Now, drop the sword." As you drop it, the sword disappears, and that little piece of metal reappears into the belt buckle.
Oh, it's dope.
Mm.
And so Otis says, "I knew it would. I knew it would work. the next things we upgraded are the belt communicators. It's unfortunate that Cliff and Clyde didn't have these features to call home in case of trouble. When you press the center, you'll be able to contact us, and we'll be able to contact you."
Can we speak to each other if we're in different rooms with it?
Absolutely, you can.
All right.
You guys got walkie-talkie belt buckles. It's Doctor when he opens up the lockers, and your names are on 2 lockers. You didn't see those last night. You have 2 lockers, and he opens them, and he pulls out a breastplate that looks like the ones that Cliff and Clyde wear. They're kind of dragon scaled, red, white, and blue kind of shines on them. And he gives them to you and says,
These are much like the breastplates worn by my sons, made of fine dragon scales. The breastplates of the cappers. It's an honor to make new plates. It shows hope to all the guild. I know you will do your best to get back the rings, and I bless your journey.
so these breastplates give you a +2 to AC
Ooh.
when wearing them. When wearing them.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Winnie pulls out a small wooden cup, and on the side of it, it has a crest on it, the guild's like little pint glass crest with the rings, and large colored stones are on it. And he takes a drink and passes it to Otis, and Otis raises it and says,
A blessed journey.
and he passes it off to you, Lark.
Wait, do I drink it? Yeah. I assume I drink it, so I'm taking a sip. I'm looking around.
Right.
I'm looking at everyone in the eyes like, I'm doing this right? I'm supposed to be doing
Yep, that's what you're supposed to do.
That was good. Bless this journey. And bless you, my friends. Thank you for all the wonderful gifts. I give this to Zayne.
Okay. I didn't get one, right? Only Lark did.
No, he was passing it around. Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
And I will grab then from him, and I will say, thanks. Take a sip.
Yeah. Well said, Zayne.
The cup is full of a deep kind of hoppy ale, and you take and it tastes odd, and you've never tasted something like that rich before. Like it's
Like the hazy IPA.
yeah. So Doctor Winnie says,
Okay then. When you're ready to learn about the Ring of the Hops, meet me at the double door.
the double doors were kind of as soon as you enter, so at where you first started. Okay? And then he exits. Him and Otis exit the capper's quarters. You guys have some new gadgets, some new widgets,
Okay.
and
Oh, go ahead.
is the end of this episode.
All right.
The fellas get new swag.